Hello again, it's Simon here, owner of SM Designs. Quick 5-minute video showing you guys how to use our AutoBorne sealers. And I'm just going to paint this motorcycle here, and it's going to be a patina paint job, but I'm not really going to focus on that. I just want to show the sealers being used and how to tint them. So I'm going to go ahead and prep this. I'm just using a red Scotch-Brite. This is a flat surface. If it's OEM or factory, you're okay with a red Scotch-Brite. Imperfections, you might want to use 600 wet and dry. And I'm just going to panel wipe again. I say again because I always panel wipe before I start sanding, but I'll just give it a final wipe here to make sure it's chemically cleaned. And now I'm just going to use my tack rag, usually in conjunction with an airline, just to get all the dust and imperfections. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spray it AutoBorne Sealer White. But I'm going to mix the Sealer White 10% raw sienna. And the reason for that is, as I say, I'm doing a patina paint job and I want it to look old and quite aged, so I don't want to use white neat. I'm just using a 1.3 spray gun here with zero reduction. If I was using maybe a 1.2, I could use 10% reduction in there. But for this purpose, I'm happy just to spray the AutoBorne Sealer direct. Now, your first coat, guys, you don't want to be a one-coat wonder here. Just get it on. I like it almost to like a guide coat. I don't want to be too aggressive here. I want to build it up over 3 coats. So the first coat shouldn't look too impressive. Now I'm spraying raw fiberglass here. The AutoBorne Sealer will stick to ceramic, carbon fiber, fiberglass, just about anything. And I'm just going straight on here. This has been previously painted. When you're painting something like this with imperfections and color discrepancies, you don't want to be greedy. You don't want to get that big heavy one coat in there. Show a little bit of restraint, and as I say, take it out over 2 or certainly 3 coats. So now I'm just going to come in. This is my second coat. And you see I'm being a little bit more aggressive here, a little bit closer. Full throttle, fan open completely here, fluid adjustment fan. I could get this in 2 coats, but I never really liked to. I always want to take it over 3 coats just to make sure I've got complete 100% coverage. And you can see now, I mean, for all intensive purposes, the bike looks white, but you can see I've just doped it with that raw sienna, and it just looks a little bit more aged even from the start. This is a panel I painted last week on my patina class, and you can see the red there. I've just doped the red with a little bit of brown, and I'll do this a lot. If I use the sealers completely on their own, they're just a little bit too strong. You can see they're too bright there, so I'll use a little bit of brown. Sometimes I'll put grey to calm those colors down and age them a little bit. But now that I've got my mix, I'm just going to come in and start to airbrush this. Now my target area here is easily big enough for a 0.8 minigun, but again, you can see I'm using the airbrush, and the reason why I'm using the airbrush is I don't just want my colors muted. I want my paint to look a little bit sketchy, a little bit blotchy. This has been sitting for about 4.5 hours now, and I'm coming in with 220. Yep, 220 dry sand. This is brutal. You can hear me sanding away at this. Guys, I haven't even left this overnight. It's literally about 4 hours after the last coat of paint has been put on, and I'm aggressively sanding with 220. And you can see on the edges, there's no curling, there's no peeling whatsoever. This is just complete dry sanding. And as I say, I mean, by all means, leave it overnight. Why not? Why not leave it a few days? But I'm on a bit of a mission here. So I literally left this thing for a long afternoon and came in and aggressively sanded. So these AutoBorne sealers, guys, that they were built for battle. You can really, really hammer them, okay? And the blue was obviously doped as well a little bit just to make it look more aged. So now that I've got a patina, and I'm not going to dwell on this because it's not a patina video, I just want to show the versatility of the AutoBorne sealers and basically how to tint them and how to apply them. But now that I've got this patina job pretty much finished, I'm just going to come in, I'm going to clear it now, and I'll always use a matte clear. In this case, UV-LS, Ultraviolet Light Stable Matte. Gloss clear looks silly with patina, it just doesn't work. Again, 1.3 here. Zero reduction. If you haven't got a great air source, or you're using 1.2 or even a 1 mil, by all means stick 10% reduction in there, but I'm just shooting straight from the gun here with the UV-LS matte. And you can see I'm not being shy, I'm pretty much loading this thing up here. Now look, it will go completely matte, so don't worry about that. You notice some of the darker colors are going a little bit pastely, they've got like a blue side cast. That's okay, that's perfectly normal. That's going to evaporate off. and it's going to give you a completely crystal clear finish. So that's pretty much it. Just a short video to show you the versatility of the AutoBorne sealers. They'll go over plastic, they'll go over ceramic, carbon fiber, fiberglass, pretty much anything. Super tough, and you can dry sand them at any stage. So I'm Simon Murray. Thanks for watching. Get out there and have fun with a gun.